All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're grabbing our detective kits and diving into the invisible world of the airwaves. We're going to crack open a guide from the pros at RFI Detectives and zoom right in on the core troubleshooting techniques that can literally make or break your wireless network.
So where are we getting our intel? Well, it's straight from the source. This is based on Chapter 6 of a massive 20-part series from the RFI Detectives, who are part of Virtualization Options LLC. Now, this whole thing is designed for you, the wireless technicians out there on the front lines. So we're going to focus on the practical, real-world evidence you need to gather to solve these interference cases.
Okay, let's get right into it, because we have all been there, right? You've designed a perfect network, everything should be flying, but it's suddenly crawling. And of course, the client is looking right at you for answers. So today, we're officially putting on our detective hats to solve that frustrating case of radio frequency interference, or as we all know it, RFI.
You know, every investigation has to start at the scene of the crime. For us, that scene is the invisible and, frankly, chaotic world of the radio spectrum. And believe me, it is way more crowded than most people could ever imagine. Just think of the unlicensed ISM bands, our beloved 2.4 and 5 gigahertz, as a public park. It's a completely open, totally shared space. But it's a park where countless devices are all trying to shout their conversations at the exact same time. So yeah, it's pretty much a recipe for absolute chaos.
And just look at this list of the usual suspects. The culprits aren't always the obvious ones. Your investigation has to cover everything from the Wi-Fi network bleeding through the wall next door to every single Bluetooth headset in the office, and yeah, even that ancient cordless phone someone's still using, or the microwave in the break room nuking a burrito.
Now, to solve this kind of mystery, you just can't rely on guesswork. It's not going to fly. You need the right tools in your toolkit to see the invisible clues that are hiding all around you, usually in plain sight. So, what's your number one tool, your absolute go-to? It's a good Wi-Fi analyzer. Think of this thing as your magnifying glass for the airwaves. This is the software that lets you see exactly who is using which channel and, just as important, how loudly they're shouting. First up in our evidence bag is the Received Signal Strength Indicator, or RSSI. The easiest way to think about this is just the raw volume of your wireless signal. We measure it in dBm, and sure, a stronger signal, something closer to negative 50 dBm, is generally a good thing. But, and this is a big but, it's only one piece of the puzzle.
Why is that? Because a really loud voice is completely useless in a really loud room. And that's where the noise floor comes in. The noise floor is all that background chatter, all the other RF energy in the area. It's a combined hum of every other device out there. If that chatter gets too high, your signal just gets lost in the crowd.
And all of that brings us to what is, without a doubt, the most critical piece of evidence you can gather, the signal-to-noise ratio, or SNR. It's actually a pretty simple idea. It's just the difference between your signal and all that background noise. A high SNR means your signal is coming in crystal clear. You're typically looking for an SNR of 25 dB or higher for solid performance. If you have less than that, you could have a crazy strong signal, but you're still getting drowned out. This right here is the metric that truly matters. So, you've gathered your evidence, you've analyzed the crime scene, now it's time to actually crack the case. And the solution almost always comes down to one thing: mastering your channels. Now this right here is the fundamental trade-off we face every single day. On one hand, you've got the 2.4 gigahertz band. It's the long-range workhorse, it punches through walls like a champ. But with only 3 clean, non-overlapping channels, it's a constant traffic jam. Then you have the 5 gigahertz band. It's a wide-open superhighway with tons of lanes. But its signals, well, they get stopped by a brick wall pretty easily. Choosing the right one for the job is absolutely key. Thankfully, modern standards like Wi-Fi 6 have given us some pretty advanced tools for crowd control. Take OFDMA. It's basically like turning a single-lane road into a multi-lane highway, letting a bunch of devices talk all at once on the very same channel. Then there's target wake time, which lets devices actually schedule when they're going to check in. This is brilliant for cutting down all that random chatter from IoT gadgets.
You know, the best detectives don't just show up and solve crimes after they've happened. They actually prevent them from happening in the first place. So, let's talk about leveling up, moving from just reactive troubleshooting to building a truly proactive strategy. Having a real interference management plan is essential. This means you're not just sitting around waiting for a trouble ticket to come in.
No, you're continuously monitoring the air, you're actively looking for patterns, you're ready to act fast when some new interferer pops up, and, most importantly, you are designing your networks from day one to be tough and resilient. And hey, remember, this isn't all about the tech. It can't be. Your users can either be your greatest ally in this fight, or they can be your biggest source of interference. Just educating them on best practices, like, hey, maybe don't put that new wireless security camera right next to the access point. That alone can prevent so many self-inflicted problems. All right, let's wrap this investigation up and bring it all home. To truly close the case on RFI, here are the key takeaways, the pages from the detective's handbook that you should always have with you. Seriously, tattoo these on your brain. Use your tools to see the invisible, because you can't fix what you can't see. Always, always prioritize a clean signal-to-noise ratio over raw signal strength. Leverage all that extra space in the 5 GHz band whenever you can. And finally, build a proactive plan instead of just constantly fighting fires. This is your handbook for success. See, by mastering these fundamentals, you're not just solving today's problems, you're actually getting ready for the future. The spectrum is only going to get more crowded, especially with AI-driven devices and all the new IoT protocols coming down the pike. The mysteries, well, they're going to get a whole lot more complex. But now you have the tools and the know-how to solve them.